Today, I want to talk about traveling and gap years and finding jobs. Because for me, I was always someone who was seeking some level of security and comfort. Right after university, I got a job as soon as I could. Now, it took me a while to get that job, about a year and a half. I had side jobs in hospitality, but I wanted a job in marketing. So after school, I just got a job as soon as I could, and then that just kept me afloat. And each time I was, let's say, looking for work because my last job ended, I would immediately get a new job. Or in my case, um, I just felt like I should have no gaps in my resume. Now, the thing is, I've always wanted to travel, and right now I'm in Hiroshima in the beautiful Sukin Garden here, which was restored after the bomb, but was has been here since the 1600s. And the point I want to make is that as I've been traveling, I've been reminded about ideas like a gap year or a mini gap year or just taking a few months off to travel. And how in Western countries that is almost seen as, oh, I can't do that. I need to find work immediately. And I would say most of my colleagues, my coworkers, my friends in America would never actually do that. They haven't done that. Maybe say they'll do it, but they won't actually do it. Yet, as I meet people who work and live or just travel in these hostels, some of them are taking gap years. Now, even since I was in school, and this was like 10 years ago, I wanted to travel. I really did. I followed a lot of travel influencers on social media. And long story short, I never did take a gap year or anything. And some years I even skipped any noticeable vacation. I may have taken a few days off to visit family. I remember one year I went to New York City with my dad and my sister for like 3 days. And then other than that, I just took a few sick days, but then I just worked through the whole year and hoped that that was rewarded. Now, maybe in some companies that hard work will be recognized, but for the companies I was a part of, it really wasn't. I think my first marketing agency, they kind of cared more about work-life balance, even though like the people were young. So like if you worked over hours, I don't think they really recognized or rewarded that in any ways. Or if you took less vacation time, same thing. No one really noticed. They just were too focused on their own work and themselves. Point being, I do think there's value in something like traveling more. Now, you may say, well, in your 20s, don't do that because you're going to fall behind. Those are the years to work hard and get ahead so you can be wealthy and then travel. Perhaps. But now that I'm in my 30s and early 30s and I've seen what I did in my 20s, perhaps that's true, but I also have the urge in my 30s to not do a gap year or do anything like that. So a lot of people just never end up doing it because there's always a reason why you shouldn't do it. Oh, now you're in your 30s, you have more responsibilities and obligations. Let's not take any time off to travel. So at most, especially in Western countries where work is honored more and taking time off isn't, you may only get 2 weeks of vacation a year, which is roughly what I experienced. Now, as I kind of grew in tenure, yeah, I sometimes got like 3 weeks, but in general, you don't get much time compared to other more Eastern countries or even European countries where you may get at least a month off per year. Although I did hear the US government, I have employees who work in fellow friends who are employees at the government. I hear some of them have accumulated like so much vacation time, and like they get like a month off per year if you're a government employee. But point being, I feel like a lot of them, they don't really travel much, and it's okay to take time off. And that's what I'm doing now. This is essentially a mini gap year where I'm taking some extra time to travel, unpaid, just off savings. And some may argue, oh, you are wasting time. You could be getting ahead in your business or career or whatnot, especially those who follow Alex Hormozy. But it really depends on your goals. Like, do you really need, like some people like, I need to make $100 million net worth. Why? Why do you need that much? So that you can maybe travel? And how long is that going to take you? Until your 50s or 60s? If your goal is to travel and you don't ask yourself why you're doing this, maybe once you finally get there, if you ever get there, I mean, the chances of 100 million are like less than 1% of people get to that level. Like actually, a millionaire is less than 1%. 100 millionaire, a centimillionaire is like a fraction of 1% probability. If you don't ask why you want something, then by the time you get it, if you ever get it, you may be really old, and then you realize, oh, I did all this to get this, whereas I could have done that in a much quicker way. Whether that's to travel, which is often the case, like, oh, I want to make all this money so I can travel and have leisure one day. Well, dude, I'm literally in Japan, and it didn't take millions of dollars to do it. My plane ticket, business class, with like multi courses of meals, was paid for through just like a sign up bonus on a credit card, and then the train ticket here, and then the garden itself to Hiroshima. The garden, it costs like two bucks to get in, maybe $3, and then the tram to get here from my hostel was like $1.50, and then the train, which was like